There's
I
also
haven't fiddled around with it too much yet.
yeah. I mean,
I have to say, I tested it a bit, but
yeah.
that's it.
Yeah, yeah. I wanted more time with it, but they dropped it yesterday. And I'm just like, oh god. Yeah, that. Now I'm back. Now back to not being here. There you go. Thank you for that, AC. I appreciate it. AC is busy elsewhere today, so it's just gonna be us. Um, we'll just give a minute here to let people roll on in and then get started. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday. I'm certainly having a good one. And I hope you guys are ready to to dive into some of the new things that dropped this week. It's not just the style creator either. We now have profiles. We finally have profiles on Midjourney. Oh my god, it's so exciting to finally be able to represent ourselves as people, as an identity, or to at least represent our
Yeah.
identity on this website. So that's
We
awesome.
finally have profiles again.
Yeah, I didn't really. I don't know the history of that. Was there some implementation of profiles before?
Oh yes, there was like on the original Midjourney site before we got the new one where we could actually prompt. There was profiles. There was so many cool experiments. Like one thing was a map of people. Like you could see all the people in Midjourney grouped into places, kind of a liminal space, and you could see who is close to what you are prompting.
Oh,
So, and just click on people and explore things. It was wild.
style neighbors. That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, latent space is really interesting because it isn't you shouldn't look at it as a 3D space. It is something completely different. Like you can't really map it in a way. Like every time you see latent spaces mapped out, they're always kind of simplifying some aspect of it to make it understandable for our 3D brains. Like living in space, but the at least whenever I see it visualized, it's usually done in like a 3D grid, and it's more like I don't know, an unfolding, uh, just cascade of layers. But hey, guys, I think this is good to get started here. I hope you guys are having a wonderful Friday. My name is Victor Gnarly. I'm a former visual effects artist with Adult Swim, and I've done all sorts of other stuff for television and movies and whatnot. But I'm joined here with Rhapsody uh, to get into the character workshop, but also now we have some new toys to play with here on the Midjourney website. So we're gonna do all that today. And if you are new here, I highly recommend first off making sure that you have the right channels open here. I have both of them open on the stream here. You can find on the top left corner. But if you look just above the stage, you'll find VC Create and VC Text. VC Text is where we're all chatting. So if you want to say hey to us on stream, hey YouTube, that kind of thing, you're more than welcome to do that on VC Text. On VC Create is the larger window you see here on my stream, and that's where we're going to be prompting together. So if you do have any cool prompts or things that you have been working on, you're more than welcome to share them inside of VC Create, and we'll take a look at them and see if we can. Oh, hey, Golm. Yep. It's everything that we have here is uploaded to YouTube and is on Twitch as well. So yeah, thank you guys so much for coming and being in the audience here today. If you have any questions, use VC Text. If you have anything that you want to show, use VC Create. Okay, all right. Now that I've gone through the spiel, the opening spiel here, I wanted to show you guys my first run with Style Creator. So if we go into the website here, you see that I ended up with this result right here, but I have a chain of images, and this is actually documenting my path through the Style Creator. So what I've done inside of VC Create for you guys is I've shared those prompts in order. From the Style Creator. So this is the first result that it came up, second result, third result, fourth result, so on and so forth until we get to the style that I thought was pretty cool. Definitely not like a style that I'm going to like constantly stick with. It's more like learning this thing, but it is something that I want to show you guys how we did this. So I guess we'll get right into it. If you guys have any questions though, feel free to ask inside of VC text anytime. I'll slow down. I tend to cannonball my way through these things. So if I go too fast, let me know. Okay. Um, So on the Midjourney website, you'll just midjourney.com, you'll see that there is a new thing called Style Creator. If you are working with a larger resolution, you actually see the whole wording here. But I zoom in here so that you guys can see all the text okay on the video feed. But we're going to click on Style Creator. It's currently in beta. And essentially what we can do is we can give it any prompt that we want. And then it's going to give us a grid of styles that we hone in. If you remember the style creator from V5, it works in a similar manner, but it's in my opinion this is significantly better. So let's give it a go here. I don't have any recommendations for you guys in terms of what to include, what not to include, but you can just use any prompt you want. There's no limitations in terms of using images or not or anything like that. I'm just going to get rid of this Omni reference that I have here and then make a new prompt. Let's go with something from you guys here. You guys got a suggestion? I'm more than happy to throw something in here, and then we can. In fact, we did have one, which is maximum pink. But I want to see if we can more refine to the maximum pink as opposed to prompting for it. Like if we could pick it
We
out.
could
Uh,
we could do a candy world type of thing.
oh, okay, yeah, that works. So like, what is I can Candyland, the anime. uh, and then AR 16:9 to give us our aspect ratio for like a TV or film. You'll notice also, like whenever I do Sage comics and stuff, I actually use the 4:3 aspect ratio so that it looks more like a traditional VHS, like pre-HD video. The aspect ratio does help a lot when it comes to dictating the final, like, image itself in terms of how it's composed. So I always recommend thinking of the final product of whatever you're going to make. So if you're making something for video like YouTube and stuff, you probably want to use 16:9. If you're making something more for TikTok or whatever, like kids are getting into, then it's more likely a 9:16 vertical kind of thing. But I'm curious. I'm curious what we get with just the style creator honing this in here. Like I said, we could use style references, we could use omni references, but we're gonna go with just a text prompt today. Let's see. Do you feel it's more for style exploration or hunting for a desired style? Um, I would say that this is more along the lines of like honing in patterns. Like if you really like a certain aesthetic or palette, particularly color palette, the style creator is great for that. So if it's like, and you'll see that actually inside of the first run that I did here, we went from a mix of realism and an ink line work to my kind of big-eyed, goofy style pretty quickly. Like it didn't take long to get to this. It took the recommended 5 iterations to get me a something that I feel like I could see inside of one of my comics, right? So,
Also,
yeah.
like everything in Midjourney, it's on one side good for exploration. On the other side, if you have something very specific in mind, this is a tool that makes it more easy to find that style. Like previously, we had to either just input an image, which still works, but or well, run 1,000 prompts to find the right style code. But that's gone now. You can just search and refine and search and refine deeper and deeper and deeper to get where you want to be. So it's something a bit more sophisticated than before, and at the same time you can find amazing things. Like I personally tend to veer off from what I originally wanted pretty fast with it because there's a lot of options, and I wish I could like branch off sometimes, but yeah, we will see how this goes.
Yeah, we'll get into all that and see like how we can, because we can 100% start off with a certain prompt that we liked in midway through and then use that as a new starting point for the style creator. So um, we should be able to basically do that. But let's see. Dang, this pizza is getting greasy. What are you talking about? Let's see what we got right off the bat here for Candyland the anime. So I'm gonna hit submit on this, and this is what it looks like. This is the start of the style creator here, and you can see immediately the diversity is really good. It really lets us say, okay, yeah, we're gonna hone this in. Normally, I would be clicking this one instantly. Because I'm a big fan of this stark black ink style that I grew up with. Like, I used to read graphic novels all the time, and just the stark black ink, rough black ink style is what I usually go
I would
to.
I would go for the second
Yeah,
immediately.
yes, yeah. You got your bright Mount Fuji aesthetic there.
I actually want to use this style now, and I cannot click it.
Yeah, I'll have to. I think there might be a way we could grab it later, but I think for now I'm just going to click on this one. And essentially, oh, look at that. Look at that. As soon as I hover over this, we immediately get the results of what that would have done. So let's do a refined style. We could click multiple of them, but there's only one that has true pink in it. So I'm going to refine the style with this one. And now look how many more pink options we have. Let's go for maximum pink here. So this one, and I'm going to avoid the ones with the blue sky just to give us a little subtle movement in this. So I'm going to click refine again, and we keep honing this in, right? So let's click this one, and this one, and then refine that again. And okay, all right, this is certainly maximum pink. These ones all right here, you can see we're starting to hone in an aesthetic that's starting to match or overlap on these, and that's good. So let's do refine again. It's easily it's that now we're having too many options. Let's pick these three. I'm not gonna pick this one because I feel like it's gonna vignette a lot of my results or make this sort of black border here. So that's pretty good. Let's pick this one too. Refine that one more time. And I think that gets us our maximum pink here. Look at yeah, there's some pretty intense stuff here. Is my cat going nuts? Yes, she is. I haven't brought up Towel in quite a while actually. Yeah, my 20-year-old cat really lets me know every time that she hears me talking and she thinks I'm barking and wants to contribute. But she's getting fed right now. It's all good. But now that we have this here, we can. So there's a couple different buttons and things that we have options here, but I'm just gonna go ahead and do one last selection here, and get us somewhere. No, I don't like that one. Let's go for this. Okay. Let's refine that one more time. Oh my god, the result. Look how pink that is. That is certainly maximum pink right here. Okay. Let's just take this one because this is literally nothing but pink. So now if I go to my create page, and you can see I was messing around with me holding a sword like a nerd. But if we now go to our page here, we could see our path of prompting for Candyland the anime is now showing all of our refined maximum pink results. And yes, we are certainly there. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to click on this style right here because that's the one that I was like, oh my god, this is certainly super pink. It's also, the candy is literally candy all the way through this. We're not seeing any, drawn characters anymore. This is how strong the style creator is. It's able to completely ignore the anime inside of our prompt because of this. So that's huge. I mean, that's huge for a lot of reasons. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this
Also,
here.
because
Yeah.
Also, if you guys ask yourselves why we lost the anime aesthetic from the first one, that is also because of the picked styles. Like, style is more than just color and yeah, well, drawing style, type of photography or whatever. It also describes like the type of image you want to get in the end. So Victor just picked a bunch of pink things, and a lot of them were realism. So what we get is realism.
Right, exactly.
And in my experiments, it's important to pick, like if you're going for a certain color scheme, it's important to pick the general style in the first one or two selections you make, and then go for colors later.
Right. Yeah, it's very easy for it to dominate a certain palette. That's actually what happened in my first run. Is that everything is red. Everything is a very strong red, because I kept selecting things that had, like the that sort of aesthetic to it. So let's go for animated sci-fi. I'm gonna just describe Enid's character really quick here. Let's go with I'll just do this one. I'll just do this one. I like this one. And I'm gonna say that she is a sci-fi. What would you describe this character as being, Enid? I'm curious. If you had a go-to prompt for this girl right here, the last image you shared, this one here. Just so I have a quick prompt I can copy and paste into here. I'm just gonna say for now that she is a warrior of some sort, maybe. I don't know. I'm just gonna go with okay, a space woman. That's it. Okay, typically you write this. Okay, perfect. I'm gonna go for animated sci-fi space woman with in with long pink hair wearing a spacesuit. Let's just go with that. I'll just copy and paste what you wrote. And I'm gonna set the aspect ratio to AR32. Or sorry, AR69. My bad. And then we have our style reference attached there that we use the style creator to find. So let's take a look at this, and then we're going to start using her art her character art as the Omni reference to kind of show you guys what sort of influence that has on this. Because this is where mixing and matching this stuff will kind of give you really reliable results. This is what we got. It looks like a Tasteway music video. I don't know why I think that, but that's what the first thing I think of. But it's not animated at all. It completely ignored that in the prompt, and it just gave us a because animated also can mean a couple things. It can mean like more action or otherwise like a lot of movement in there. But but you can see the style reference is just incertainly maximum pink. So let's go ahead and re-roll that. And you notice that when I hit re-roll, it pops up with a new window here. If that doesn't happen to you when you hit this button, you probably don't have remix mode turned on. So if you go to /settings, you'll see that we have remix mode highlighted in green here. If it's not in green for you, that means that you don't have it on. So click that on, and then you'll be able to iterate your Midjourney prompts, which in my opinion was the kind of like game-changing moment for me 2 years ago, when I remember David did an office hours, and he was like, "All right, we have a new thing called remix mode that you can turn on. It's it just helps you gently nudge your prompts in the direction you're looking for." That's all he said, and I was like, "Wait a minute, no, this is insanely huge for me." Because it means we can iterate. It means that we can refine our prompts. So I'm going to go ahead and hit reroll on this now. You can see that we have this new prompt. In fact, I should copy the link from this image here, because you can use any image in your Omni reference. So let's go ahead and grab Enid's here. I right click and I hit copy image address on my PC. This is a bit easy to do on the website, but we're just going to do it here so you guys can see. And then we're going to write --oref, which stands for Omni reference. And then we're going to paste the link to her reference right here. We do have one more parameter to add, which is called Omni weight. It lets us set the value for the Omni reference from high to low. So let's go for, it's anywhere between one and 1,000. So I usually go for something a little higher to make sure that we get accurate to the character, but at least for the sake of trying to have the style reference take a lot of influence, or just have a lot of influence on our results. But let's go with a much lower number to start. I'm going to go with 50. Okay. And so just to recap really quick, we have the Omni reference of her character art right here. So this is what it's going to be based off of. We have Enid's base prompt, and as well as a low Omni weight to start. Otherwise it's just the aspect ratio we were using before. So let's give that a submit and take a look. And you guys are already submitting some really fun stuff. I'm very curious what you guys get out of this. And I see some prompts from Enid with the multiple comic panels. But let's go ahead and take a look at what we get with the low Omni weight. You can see it takes a little extra time, because Omni reference is a little more demanding. But it is something I think that we're going to get some really fun results out of this. Maximum pink results anyway. And then we're going to grade up the Omni weight so that you guys can see what sort of influence the style creator actually had on the final result. And wow, oh my god, Like that's actually insane that it's basically keeping the art style within the style creator. Like that's nuts. I mean, like we saw all live action characters before, right? And we were able to go from this to having her character show up 4 times all through this. Like that's awesome. So let's go ahead and now slowly bump up the omni weight a bit. So let's go from 50 to like 250. Just and I say slowly, and I'm jumping up to a fourth of the value, but let's just do 250 and see what we get off of that. Because of the style creators leaning so heavily on pink being this like dominating color both for like the skybox, the like just the environment and the character, all of it. I have a very strong feeling that using something like this will be able to let you be able to say, here is this sci-fi world that we're playing in, and keep that sci-fi world as this, pink space that always is casted in this hue. And now we can use that to create something like this. So you can see just by bumping it up slightly, we're able to reintroduce some pretty key aspects of her character design, particularly just her them grumpy eyebrows. She's very determined. I love the third photo though. I'm going to go ahead and her pink rage is great. Yes, exactly, pink rage. But this, I love this image. It's the only one where she's not raging, but it is like she just landed on an alien planet that's with a sun that casts a very strong pink light instead of our yellow light that we have from our sun. That's what I get off of this. So sci-fi is a really great starting point for something this so baked in color. So that's awesome. But let's try it again. Let's try bumping it up even more, just to compare to. This is what we had with a low omni weight, and you see it has a mix of 3D and 2D aesthetic, because it's only getting loosely inspired by by what's in the omni reference. With it higher up, now it's all the same drawn aesthetic. Like that's awesome. So let's bump it up a little more, and see if we start to lose a little bit of that pink at like I'm gonna go for something real drastic. Let's go for 500. I find myself not nearly fiddling with OmniWeight nearly as much after using the style creator. Just because it means I can like hone in more quickly of just how much influence I want on it, and then go from there. So let's see here. This one's from Golm. So they're using no pink as a negative prompt, and it's not working, which makes sense. The style creator is too strong for you, too strong for your negative prompts. It's not letting you be negative at all. And I see Fungi Mancer's messing with a couple different style references, mixing them together, making a that largely looks like the old tabletop like role play games like that were like all the rage alongside D&D, right? This reminds me of the box art from them. That's pretty cool. I don't know which one exactly, but all right, with a 500 Omniway, which is huge for especially for character art, that's a huge number. It's kind of incredible just how much it's going. Okay, they all have to be screaming now. They all have to be in line with the Omniweight, so that's cool. Oh, hey Lex, good to see you. Let's see. Crump. Crump says, in the style creator, did you have a base image prompt that guided or influenced the pink, or was it random? As in, you opened up the style creator and worked your way to the desired outcome. I missed out on the first half here, so I'm a bit lost. All good, Crump. Happy to recap you for that. What we started with was actually no image prompts at all. We only started with Candyland the anime, and then wiggled our way to the pink world that we had intended from the beginning. So I really wanted to show you guys just how much control you really have by using the style creator. So we understandably got what we would imagine Candyland the anime would give us by default. So if we take a look at this, this is what I would expect Midjourney to give me, right? Like, okay, yeah, I want to watch that movie because that's what's in my prompt. But we had an intention, which was I need the world baked in pink. It didn't matter what the prompt was. I just wanted the world baked as be as pink as possible. And by selecting options, it almost is like the prompt didn't matter because the eventually we ended up in this really pink space. Okay. And so now, if as we were iterating with this prompt, we were able to very quickly control that and use that to tell a story that came to us simply by prompting. So that's really cool. Seems hard to get out of a strong color palette. It really is. And now, I won't say it's hard. I will say that you should be open to iterating, basically start over a ton in order to find that exact balance of color and because I do black and white stuff a lot. It's very easy for me to find a style that tends to work for me because of that. But when it comes to these more advanced dynamic color palettes and stuff, I would recommend more going into it as a batch. Like I'm batch going through multiple different style references and picking my favorites from there. Because we are allowed to use mood boards and everything else. Like it's whatever prompt you want to use, you can use in the style creator. So I'm curious from you guys. We could actually check in VC Create, see what you guys do. A world baked in pink, and it's just everything is that. I see the U.S. map, and so the world map all here, and it's certainly very pink. It's like the Earth got dipped in glitter. So let's take a look at some of the stuff you guys have made. Golem is I don't know what the sci-fi. Okay, it's the same prompt, stuck in Candyland, and using a different style reference, I believe. Yes. Okay. So it's pretty fun, but I'm curious from you guys now. Yes, keep prompting the world of pink. Thank you for that, Raps. With void prompts. Void prompts are just quote with nothing else in there, and you could quickly kind of explore a style reference by using that. You're not influencing the result anything beyond being within the more text-friendly areas of latent space by using that. So yeah, I love void prompting. It's so much fun to explore. And then
also gives you a good idea on what your style and mood board and whatever your void prompting can do and what it can't.
Yeah, I will say this too. Go mentions the black holes. This is actually something that goes all the way back to when we had Bay Rate on the stream. He was talking about how there's these massive maybe not black holes, but just gravity wells is the wording that he used. Gravity wells towards certain aesthetics, certain things. It's just because they're massively popular and people tend to lean on that. Pretty anime girls with big eyes is one of them, for example. And leaning against those, choosing against that stuff, will give you a more unique and identifiable as you aesthetic. And this is going to eventually transition us to talking about profiles, the new profiles of Midjourney, but we're not there yet. We got to explore and have some fun here first. Let's take a look at a couple of new prompts from you guys. I am really liking what Fungi Mancer is doing here. It's just giving that vintage look that I really do dig from Fantasy Spaces. But let's start out something new. I want you guys to keep exploring this inside of VC Create, but let's try something new here. So if I go into the style creator here, we're gonna start off. Let's do something with an image, like a pre-existing image, just to give us some diversity here. So I'm gonna hit add images, and this will just go through my library of images that we've made before. Let's go. Let's see. I've done plenty.
Let's take the orc. Why not the orc? It's a new character.
The orc. Yeah, that's right. Let's do that. I didn't even introduce Gnarly Studios at all. I should do that. This is a character from one of our regulars. I'll show you guys this. This is from King Sofa. And if you go to Gnarly Studios, which is a different server, it is our character portal or character hub where you can, either borrow other people's characters or submit your own and see how they, how they explore Midjourney. You're more than welcome to do that. So I'm gonna have to get a link here for you guys for Gnarly Studios inside of VC Text. But inside of here, you're gonna find the character portal. And inside the character portal is just so many, like over 200 of characters that you guys have submitted and given more than just an image. You've given so much lore and interesting things to thank you so much for that, Raps. I appreciate it. Just click that join go to server button, and that will let you join and submit characters to our shared stories and stuff. So this from is from King Sofa. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to right click and copy the image address, and then whatever we make with King Sofa's character, I'm going to post in their character portal, because that's the super cool thing. If you do submit a character, anytime that someone does use it and shares it onto the portal entry, you get a ping letting you know, like, oh, what is my character up to today? Isn't that cool? Yeah, gnarly. Thank you for that. But let's go ahead and come to the style creator. We now have her as an omni reference here. We could use her as a style reference, but let's just go with an omni reference to go with this, and let's pull in a prompt that describes her, which I'm Windflower Druid Orc. Let's do that. Windflower Druid Orc, blue skin. I'm just going to describe the character as blue skin, Windflower Druid Orc. And then let's set an aspect ratio of 16:9 so that it reads well for you guys on video here. And let's see. Wait, same thing if you want to do anime, but it's getting too anime. Ghibli is a bit of a gravity well. Yeah, it's a gravity well everywhere. So you can then do a photogenic image to backstep. Oh, that's smart. Yeah. Like if you go too far, you can use a different image that kind of contrasts it to move it farther away. You want to be kind of careful with that too, though, in the sense that like realism really introduces a lot of things that just are not compatible with yeah, it's just you want to kind of be selective with how you backstep, I would say. But let's just give this a go, and we'll see what we get off of this using an omni reference within the style. Don't overdo it. Yeah, exactly. That's a much better way to say it. So let's do this. Okay, we have blue skin Windflower Druid Orc. Okay, and you can see the results
Like
of
the
our.
bottom left.
Yeah, the bottom left looks fun. Looks like fan art. Let's go ahead and click that. I like that. And we have a little bit of this sort of like Beastars, sort of like anime aesthetic here too. But let's try to do more of a drawn look, because that's a pretty cool. I like that. So let's do that. Let's just hit refine on that one result. But we can see the default results that we get off of this Omni reference are going to show up on the right side here. So let's hit refine. And now they all look so much more drawn. Ooh. For some reason, there's a lot of little elk characters, but let's go ahead and I like that one. Let's see.
Maybe a little bit of shadows from the one right next to it.
Yeah, that would be good. Let's do that. And I do like
Like,
this, but this is more me than what we're aiming for.
like if you look at this, that's maybe important to say. Selecting these styles mixes them and will get you closer to your idea. If you just pick what you like, what you feel like looks cool, that's nice. But if you want to make like an educated decision, think about what this style that you're picking introduces into the mix. So the first one we had was like a hand-drawn line art on a white thing. And so if we look at the results we're getting now in the second iteration, it's a lot of hand-drawn outline thing, but we have still the blue skin in there. Everything else is kind of white. Now, if we select the first one that we have selected here, we're getting more of the same thing. But if we want more shadows, more volume to the thing, that's why we can also mix in the right one,
Yeah,
and
it
so
does a
on and
great
so
job.
on and so forth.
Yeah, exactly. So like now, just like how Rhapsody was saying, comparing these two, we really see how much of an educated choice this is making. Like we literally went like yeah, let's do this, but with some more shading, and then we just clicked these two, and then boom, we got that. That's awesome. And blue skin is definitely showing through here from the prompt. So so all this is all coming together. Let's do refine again. Okay. All right, so now we have a lot of introductions of what I would call like realism or photorealism. We want to avoid all those for this particular goal. So I'm gonna go at like a
Uh,
lot of these up here are
on,
pretty cool.
on this On this stage, I would wait to see what the renders are that we get from the last refinement. Like the first ones are so important to define the style you get in the end. Um, so yeah, the most top one is the newest we get. Just move the mouse away from the images.
Yeah.
So that's the recent render we have. And now we can think about what you want to add to this that is inside of one of the images that we have on the left. Do we want more 3D? Do we want more black and white? Do we want more anime and more colors? That's the decisions we can make here.
Yeah, yeah. So if you guys are you guys leaning in any sort of direction for this one? I'm curious to hear. So it's like, if we were like, hey, this first result we got off of it, I really like. If say I really like the fact that only she is colored in here, right? The background is just line art. But then in the second result here, we start to introduce a little bit of color into that, and I go, maybe I don't want that. Maybe we should try something else here. So if I was to lean against that by clicking this one here, we'll just refine that one more time. And now look, they're all giving us results that have no color at all because we only selected one to heavily refine the previous result. What I absolutely love about this though is the fact that it's all saved in my history. I can just go back and pick that style. I never lose it in that way. Can we change the prompt between refines while being inside the same style creation journey? I imagine it effectively does a branch, but we could give that a go. But look at it. Look, it's doing exactly what I expected it to do. Like that's what this is so powerful is the fact that it actually is doing what I tell it to do, but it's doing it through or like visual instruction, right? So we're back again to the line art being, the backgrounds being just line art again. I love this. I think this is awesome. Adjusting the prompt at the top, don't press send, and then the next refinement will use the new prompt. Oh, that's cool. So if I go, say, back to this one here,
What is it?
and then I say that this is a psychedelic, multicolored fantasy adventure, just to give us something different, and I'll just refine that. Is that going to do anything? No, it gave us the same thing again. Let's see here. Here you need to press skip grid to allow a new refinement. Oh, okay. Let's hit skip grid. Yeah, I guess it's a little more funky, but I wouldn't. You lose the current branch. When going back to an old gen, yeah, I don't know. It seems to me that it's something where also the omnireference probably heavily influencing this, but I would recommend just going with a new chain at this point. Honestly, it seems a little confused. That may
I
not
mean,
be the intention.
what you what you can do, like what's this is meant to do, like the prompt is gonna change and it's gonna continue onwards in your refinement. Right now, if we decide the omni reference is too strong, we could introduce the omni weight and reduce that, and then continue prompting the style, like refining the style further, without having so much influence from it.
Right, right. 100%. Just add omniweight, 10. Really low number there without hitting send is what you said. So, yeah, I mean, it's certainly. I really don't know. It's just not confirming anything for me, so I don't want to establish whether it's doing something or not on the stream necessarily.
No, it's not doing something to the grid you see, but if you select now a style, the next generation will have the adjusted parameter.
Got it. All right, so let's give that a go. I'll just select this one, and because I kind of like the portraiture of it, so we'll refine. Yeah, and now we do start to see more color influences in this, but let's see what we get off of the generation here. It came out just as I was gonna sleep. I didn't sleep. I bet you didn't. Gome is one of our hard users here, and definitely went hard with it as soon as it came out because there's just so much you can do with it. With the omni weight being so low, you could see she's basically gone in these results. It's
Um,
very
yeah.
cool.
Also, your prompt changed.
Yeah, this well, yeah, the multi does the psychedelic, but she's still in this. It's just not going to feature the druid girl as a big prominent element, especially with this something. The main thing I feel like is actually the fact that my omni weight is so low. But yeah, I did change the
Yeah,
prompt to
and
psychedelic,
that
introducing all the mushrooms and things like that.
yeah, it's not describing her anymore, so the Omni reference is not catching onto her, but on the flowers now.
Yeah. So if I go back and I just go ahead and it's I'm gonna have to grab it from my history here. But I could easily describe her again and get the results. But I think this is very cool. What I want to do here though is I want to take this, go to create, and just to show you guys the submission process here, like I really like this result. I think this is a really cool result. I love this. So let's go ahead and copy this image. I could just copy and paste it into the character portable. We could also use /show. So if you do want to share things on another Discord server and have people be able to hit buttons and do all that kind of thing with you, make things like we do in VC Create, you can go to copy and then job ID. And now we can go to our character portal. And now King Sofa is going to get a ping because I hit /show, paste the job ID, and they get a bing bada boom. They are now featured, and they get a ping letting them know that we did that today. So very, very cool. I love this. But let's go ahead and swap out the character and give that a try here. The psychedelic stuff is nuts, though. So I'm going to go ahead also and share that with you guys. So let's do job ID, hit /show as well, and then paste that here. I see this. There's some video stuff going on from Lux. I see super silly pink orc stuff. But there you go. I do really like this aesthetic. It is super unique and interesting. I think that there are definitely people that are going to be a big fan of the more golden hues here. Maybe Fungi Mancer will play around with that one a bit. But let's go ahead and now swap out the character just to see what that do. If I hit now use, we can go into OmniReference on the website here and just grab another character. Let's go ahead and because let's do let's do Chester from our Halloween stream. He's also the Ghoulery. He's actually from Lux and Snoopy from the Ghoulery. But I'm gonna go ahead and hit submit on this. But let's change the prompt just a little bit. We're gonna say that he is a host of a TV show, a late night TV show. And then hit submit. So wait, what do the jobs cost? I don't actually know. I don't know that either. It's probably the same as running a regular prompt, but I can't say for sure. You know, we do have ways to run things with lower costs like draft mode and things like that. So I don't know. I really just don't know.
They are normal jobs because they end up as normal jobs in your gallery. That's at least the information I have.
All right, good. Oh yeah, you can add draft to your style creator and then run with a lower cost. Let's try that too. But there we go. We have our now TV show host with a largely black and white aesthetic where, you know, we could probably describe like his skin tone and get that color out too. But yeah, no, it works. It definitely works. It's pretty crazy. So I'm very curious to see what you guys do with this. And, you know, we'll be diving into VC Create to see what some of these results from y'all are. I see that you got a pink orc character turnaround going here. That's awesome. We usually focus on character art with this stream, but today with all the new toys that we're playing with here, I'm very eager to see what you guys do with it. I'm seeing the demon merchant here is very cool. We tend to do 3D turnarounds with our prompts. So if we pick one that has like a good tail to it, I would say the first or the second one here. Let's go with the second one here. We use video to create turnarounds, so I'm just going to do it really quick so you guys can see this. This is how we get character references from multiple angles very quickly to build our character sheets, which is what our stream mostly focuses on here. But I'm going to do a animate in low motion. Because I've remixed mode, it's letting me edit the prompt. So I'm going to now say that this is a 3D model turnaround of a let's see, a demon merchant with pink hair. Just a very loose, light description of your character. The important thing is the 3D model turnaround with this, because what that's going to give us is our character from multiple angles, usually as a, you know, sometimes they walk, sometimes they shift their position a bit, but it's enough for us to say, hey, this is what our character looks like from the side, from the top, from the, you know, from the bottom, like that kind of thing. That's what we want to get, all these angles, so that we can quickly reference this character in any position that we need. A hill garden, that's awesome. I love that refinement you've done here, but you're also mixing a profile in there. So I'm curious. I'm curious the logic that's there, because I'm wondering what sort of mix we can get out of here. Demon Merchant Bezos. He has to be bald, okay? But let's see what we get off of this video result very quickly, and then we're gonna transition to the next thing that Midjourney dropped this week, which is profiles. But I want you guys to keep playing with the style creator and let me know what you think of it, because I definitely want to dabble more with it. I don't think that we've gone through nearly all the potential of it just yet. Especially if you guys have any questions, anything you want me to test, we can do so. We'll do draft mode next after we go through the profiles, I think. But let's see what we get off of this video. We're almost done with it. Oh, from Fun Guy Mancer, going harder with the Orclay. Oh my God, that's awesome. You know, if you do like a prompt, you're more than welcome to re-roll it to get it into your just to get 4 new images in your account. But you can also use the envelope reaction, envelope, boop, and as long as you respond with an envelope, you're going to get a ping from Midjourney on your Discord, and it's going to give you the job ID, just like we did on the website here. And so that lets us be able to copy and paste it like we did with the other entry here. Oh, we got our video. Okay, let's take a look. Awesome. All right. So we want to pick the one that probably has the best tail to it. And all 4 of these results sadly have a bit of a weird double tail thing going on. This would be a reroll sort of situation, honestly. But it is giving us just about everything else. So if we are like, okay, we want to save money, we don't necessarily want to constantly iterate. There's nothing wrong with going back and editing the images that you get off of these results. So if you like basically just take the image out of the back and then remove a tail, that's more than enough to get what we want. So we can do that in Photoshop. We can do that with the Midjourney image editor. There's all sorts of different ways we can do that. But I'm curious to see. We have Hillgarden doing a video prompt here with their style, with the image result they got from combining the style creator and the profiles. So that's pretty cool. I do like the second and the third one the most. This is awesome.
Yeah.
I love this character. Oh my God. I just a far. I see them as a turnip merchant. They just sell turnips at the local market. This is really cute though. All right, cool. I just started.
I,
It now. I think it's a powerful tool that I need to work more with to get into. But it's so exciting to see kind of new styles. Yeah, I know. It really is. It really is exciting, especially since they feel really refined and repeatable.
I have a challenge for you guys. If you want to experiment with the style creator, but you don't know what style to go for, what I would like to see is you guys creating a style that represents kind of oh, what's the name? Stained glass. I want to see images made out of stained glass.
Yeah,
Don't prompt it. Don't put it in your prompt because then it will enforce that from its knowledge. It should be a style code that we can give any prompt that represents stained glass.
so if I were to say maybe do like cathedral window, maybe, and then of course get rid of everything that I have here. And let's give this let's end this session. And now I'm going to say cathedral window.
Or just say anything. It could be an animal, whatever.
Yeah, yeah.
Cathedral window is probably too close to getting stained glass
I mean,
from the prompt knowledge.
yeah. I mean, we are getting some wildly different stuff off of this right off the bat, though. So let me try skip grid on this. Is there any point we're going to get stained glass? It's a good challenge, though. It's a good challenge. I'm very curious.
Yeah. Like if you think about stained glass, it often has very thick kind of outlines and a mosaic kind of style. So you're probably gonna want something that represents that. And
Yeah.
it's also usually very bright colors that are blocky.
I'm gonna go with bold outlines, strong light filled colors, and
Your first intention is to just prompt it, but that's not the challenge. Write in banana, but I want a banana out of stained glass just made with the style creator.
that's a good one. I'm curious to see what you guys can do with that. I've tried, but I don't really know more values of what I want. More often than not, when I use as a reference, the colors are kept, but not the poses, the paint, etc. Um, let's see. What is that in reference to? Um, oh, above gnarly. Okay. Um, Oh, for my Midjourney creations, I've been working on an alternate Warhammer. I have a style for the characters I've been making, but I find myself starting from scratch pretty consistently. Is there a way to get a style more frequent instead of fighting Midjourney? References attached. Okay. I'm going to help you out with this one. I think this is going to be a fun one for me to dig into while you guys are going through the stained glass challenge from Rhapsody. So, uh,
I'm gonna do one myself.
yeah, go ahead and start posting your stained glass results inside of VC Create because we're going to dive into that here in a minute. Let me try to answer your request here but let's use the style creator and give that a go and see if it can help us kind of refine what you want to do. We're going to use it as a I think as a style reference this time because we've done omni reference already. Um, I'm gonna go with let's also use the description function. So if I click on here and then drag your image to describe on the very bottom, describe this image. Sorry, my computer is lagging out for some reason on that one. Come on. Okay. I'll just go to my base. I won't do this in the style creator. I'll just do the description up here. Okay. There we go. Grab this, go to the description, drag and drop. And that's going to give us a description from Midjourney about this image. And I'm going to just say run all prompts to give us a quick example of a visualization. You don't need to do this. It helps me quickly choose which one I'm going to pick. But we're going to use that as likely, or at least some of it, as the base prompt for deciding the final aesthetic here. I think this one's probably the most accurate to that image you have here. So this is like a Native American inspired photorealistic Warhammer, and I think this one is pretty close to that. Here's another example. This is another character that I saved. Both of these images are what I want. Okay, cool. We could mix and match those and just see what Midjourney gets us. I do think this is pretty close to that. So let's go ahead and copy this prompt. Go over to the style creator. I already have it copied here. I'm going to also include your image as the style reference in here because, like I said, we haven't done this yet on this stream. So let's just go ahead and do that. Okay. Let that load, and now we can hit submit. it gives you a full description of like what's exactly happening here. That probably a bit more paced than the way I'm explaining things, but it is certainly true that it's recommended to do 5 to 15 iterations, uh, and that it says anything past 15 is just nuance. Oh, it's taking its damn time. Let's see what it's doing. Gain slash stain. The Philip core. I don't know what Philip core is, but yes. I like that though. It's pretty cool. Pretty brutal. Oh, it's really taking its time. Let's re-roll this. Let's see if this is maybe just a bug. A bug. Let's try that again. Style references should work with the style creators, so I imagine that was just a bug. It wouldn't load. So let's see. Yes, yes, it's loading now. All right. So, off of the initial results, like these are the four that we get off of this initial OG post here. We can kind of refine what exactly is in the image that we like. Let's see. I would almost click this, but I want to do a different grid. This one's not giving me the spectrum that I'm looking for here. Um, let's see. I do think that some of these are closer. Like this is closer. That's closer. Um, let's refine on that. Oh, this one is probably going to get you closer too. So this is what we had on the initial, and this is what we're getting now with this refined style reference here. I'm going to keep going. Let's go for this one, and let's just do that one. Okay, good, good, good. See if we're getting closer or not. I have to give it a. I am running everything on turbo mode so we can get quick good results for you guys. But look at that. I mean that's already super close. At least in my opinion it is. Now we are getting a lot of like profiles of men, but it's probably because it's in the description of the prompt. But let's see here. Let's go and remember everything I'm doing is not lost. It's another prompt that it's running, so I can easily go back and be like, yeah, I like the third result. I'm just gonna use that one. So there's nothing wrong with going too far. Um, but if I'm like I like the intricacies of these like tarot cards here, but I don't think that's what you're aiming for. I think you're more aiming for having a bit more realism, a bit more like I'm not sure about this dominating in negative or noir space here, so I'm just going to go off of that one result here. Starting left, went right, got kind of stained glass as I grabbed stained glass styles. Never asked for stained glass in the descriptions. Nice, nice. Enid's already on it.
Yes. Yes, that is exactly what I meant. If you put up these kinds of challenges and play around with the style creator a little bit, you will get really good at creating the styles you want without describing them. And that ultimately is the use case for style referencing, right? You want to have a style reference that works with a lot of things, that introduces a specific art style into your image. And I understand the instinct to prompt for it, which is what we teach for like years. But this is a kind of different. Oh, Gompasta is also nice in there. Very well done.
Very cool. And if a lot of these are photorealistic, and we want to get a good blend for your stuff here. I think this one's good. We're definitely getting somewhere that's these three images alone are super similar, but I'm gonna go for these two. What I'm gonna do by the time this is done for you, Crump, is that I'm going to link all of these prompts, every one of the chains, so that you get to pick your favorite from this. Okay. Um, I'll just use slash show and bring that all in. What is this guy? Looks like he's like Teddy Roosevelt era. Which, by the way, Teddy Roosevelt in Warhammer 40k would be badass. But yes, okay, let's go ahead and select some of these here. I'm going to avoid the more painterly ones, right? Is that the horn or an elephant trunk? I think it's both. It's a bird. It's a half a bird and half an elephant. It's got a beak and a and a trunk. So I'm selecting it because it's just making me. Why choose? Why not both? Exactly. Yeah. It just what is the Spanish one? It's shoot. Dos. Que dos. No los dos, right? I'll just do why not both. It'll translate it for me. There you go. I love that GIF. I use it way too much. Okay. Let's go ahead and do one more refinement just so we can kind of get us somewhere. I like this a lot. It has that sort of like vintage photography, but like mixed in with like Renaissance painting. Like it's you have a very specific intention with this with the image you gave me, and I think we're really close with it already. But let's go ahead and refine one more time. This is the 6th refinement that we've done on this. Ideal minimum. That's cool that it gives you a little bar here to tell you. Okay. Now that we have all these results here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my main account. I'm going to go to VC Create. Look at the stained glass. That's awesome. That's so cool. That's what's from Rhapsody here. Yes. Okay, cool. So let's do this. I'm going to make sure that you guys all have these. War hamster? Good. I want to see war hamsters. I'm going to hit slash show, and then I'm going to do this in order. So that Crump can make an educated decision on what they're going to do with this style reference. So let's start off with this one. More, copy, job ID. Paste that. Slash show, grab the next one.
Also, just a question in between, Crump. You asked for help to get like a more consistent style with Midjourney to your references. Did you try mood board them, or was this a specific style creator question? Because we can also show you some other cool tricks like mood boards to get consistent styles. No, of course it wasn't, but did you try mood boards? Do you know what that is?
Oh, I did the same one twice. Whoops.
No, I have not. I don't know how to use it. Nice. So we can show off mood boards to you also.
Yeah. And what I'm gonna do
That will blow your mind if you don't know what it is.
Yeah. And if you want to take the reins on that one, Raps, I'm more than happy to do that once I get all these copied over here. Almost. I copied the same one twice supposedly, so almost done.
Yeah. For that, Crump, it would be good if you could send me a few more images if you have them in the right style of what you want. Just post them.
Or we could use the one that we have developing here.
Yeah, of course.
And just use that as well. But
all 3 that I have. Okay, well, we'll start off with these and add what Victor is creating.
Okay, so I have now shared all of the results from our style creator. Crump, because we're working with you on this one, I'm curious to hear which one you like the most out of all the ones that I shared. You're more than welcome to just click on the button and upres it, and that will tell me which one. But I've got 6 options for you, and it's at some point I think the 5th one was my favorite, but I'm curious to see which one you pick here. And then we'll go off of that to start making a mood board around it. But I really want to show what the results are of that, because it essentially we've started off with used your image, we've used a description of the prompt to be able to or description of the image as the prompt in order to guide us towards a result that we like. But the next step is, what does that do for everything else, right? Like, now that you have this art style that should match what you want to do, let's see a sci-fi. Okay, there we go. We got it. Awesome. Okay, so the valuable thing. Wait. Where's the style reference code? Is this from the original? Oh no, it's this one right here. Seed. Um, is it the seed? No, it should be a style reference, right? Or is it seeds? No, style reference. So is that from the original? Let's see. Hold on a second. That is the original prompt before we went through the style creator. So let's see what we got here. Minus the wings. Okay. Hmm. I'm gonna have to pick one for you then, because that's actually off of the original image and not the style reference. So let's see here. I'm gonna go with the wings. Will just get ignored because we just won't describe the character as having wings. But I'll go with this one here. Okay. And then I'm going to now describe this as a, let's do a sci-fi, a dark sci-fi screenshot. And let's go for AR-69, add the style reference that we've crafted, and then I'm going to say that this is a, yeah, that should be fine. Let's just do dark sci-fi screenshot, and I'm curious what we get off of that. Oh, you did a little turnaround here too, Enid? Yeah, that one has a good tail to it. That's awesome. Okay. Now this is what we got off of using that refined style reference. I think it's badass. It has this sort of steampunk aesthetic to it that is really cool, and that it makes sense. That
Oh, it's kind of steampunk sci-fi like together.
right. So like maybe we should lean into that a little bit, where it's like steampunk inspired dark sci-fi screenshot. I'm curious what we get off of that, but we should also lean away from it too. Like say this is a if you're more than welcome to use Warhammer IP if you want to. I'm not gonna do that for this, so I'm gonna avoid using like army versus army or whatever. So I'm just going to say that this is a alien spacecraft landing in an open field, and we could say, like lifting a cow into the air, alien abduction stuff, but I'm just going to go with an alien spacecraft. And there's our steampunk inspired one, where we're leaning into it much harder, and it gives us our medieval knight and all that sort of stuff. The yes,
Oh my
yes,
God.
yes. Okay. Yes, this is. I like these alien pods. They look really cool. So let's go for the fourth one here, and we'll go for. Let's just animate that. Let's just animate that. Why not? We can even say, hey, there's going to be a cow on the left side of the frame, and have her. Actually, you know what? I'm going to say this. I'm going to say animate on high motion because I have remix mode on. I'm going to say that the alien spacecraft hovers over the horse and abducts it. Abducts the horse and its rider into the air. And then just submit this. We'll see what that does here in a minute. But I like it. I think it's pretty cool. It is something I feel like you'll want to refine on your own, to kind of figure out what you want to do exactly. But I do love the aesthetic that we've created here with you. It's largely pulling from that steampunk sort of like bronze copper world, right? Like the aesthetic is just super cool to me. I love that. That's a really cool one.
Oh, these insects are crazy.
You know what? Rhapsody, you should mix the alien mood board with it when you start to describe mood boards. Let's see here. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow. Full length D&D character reference of a demon with long pink hair from Gom Pasta. That's a really cool one. I like that. Okay, I think we're getting our first video result here. Oh wait, this one is the alien spacecraft landing in an open field. So this one is just the base prompt. There's no abduction in this one. That'll be the next one. That's really cool though. Oh my god. Like the
Yeah, the
fourth
first one needs an extension, or the fourth one.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to look at the horse. Like, it always is telling to me what it knows, like what it can tell is happening in the scene based on what doesn't move, right? Like, the horse is not moving in this scene. It understands that there's fabric on these characters here, but it's not moving the horse. It's almost like it's a plastic, like, static thing. So that's where describing the horse will come in handy. All right, here's the abducting the horse, and look, now the horse is moving properly. Okay. So I do like the searchlights. They're a little wacky. I would re-roll this a couple times to get me what I want. But it is the idea of mixing like Knights of the Round Table, King Arthur, and sci-fi is just nuts. Is just nuts because that's what I'm getting off of this. It's almost like a cowboys versus Indians sort of conflict, right? Where the contrast makes it fascinating. I think that using this art style and telling a medieval story like that, it would be insane. It kind of reminds me of an anime from the guy who made Rugrats and Aeon Flux. If you didn't know, they're the same the same character designer. Let me pull up. It's I think it's called just Alexander. But let me see here, Alexander. Yeah, actually, I should. I'll move on from this. But Alexander is amazing, and it has this sort of aesthetic to it that I think it would match with this. So I like it. Um, let's see what we get off of a couple more of these results here. In fact, Rhapsody, did you want to get into mood boards? I
Yeah,
feel,
I
I,
can show.
yeah, I feel a little more confident giving it to you.
Okay, all right. Then I'm gonna take over in a second. Do. Boom. And I'm also gonna move myself to the left. So, mood boards. Mood boards, you find them on the website on the left in your aesthetics area, are an amazing way to basically craft kind of like an SREF code, but a profile code, one of these here, that encapsulates the idea of something, like the broader idea. It's not just the style and the drawing style, because that can cave you in pretty much, right? Like if we use if we just have a little look here at the results that we got from the stained glass styles, like I can attach everything and everything, anything as a prompt into this, and everything I get will be stained glass. But that's not specifically what you want. Like, okay, maybe you want to make characters, but maybe you also want to make something else that's not just a character, right? Maybe you just want to get this drawing style, this idea, this color scheme, of these characters to, well, make things in a broader world, right? To maybe depict some spaceships or whatever. And that's where mood boards come into place. I have a bunch here for different purposes. One is, for example, where is it? I can just search here. Our alien mood board that we created on this stream here a few years ago, where we just created as many animals that are kind of alien and out there as possible. And this is now a tool for me that I can just plug into my prompts and will make creatures more alien-like. And you can see all of these have kind of different styles and whatnot. Some of them are very colorful, some of them are just black and white, gray kind of things. But it gets the idea of all of this. And if I just use this, using prompt, and I'm just saying a creature on a distant planet, then you will see that we get this alien feeling, this wild out there thing, just immediately. In comparison, if I remove the profile code, then we still get some kind of alien creatures, but they are not they are not honed in to this detailed aesthetic, to this idea of weird extrusions and limbs and designs and all of this kind of insectoid vibe that's in that small board. And we can do the same thing with your characters here. So I'm gonna make a new mood board. I'm just gonna go here and say new mood board. And then I'm gonna give it a name, and we call this the War Forge 20K. And now I'm just gonna grab your images and drag them in here. And now if I say use in prompt, I get this code here. And I can reuse this. And now I can say I want an armory inside the spaceship. People are helping others putting armor on in 16 by 9. And now we will get this vibe. Warforge 20K is awesome, Law. Yeah. I mean, it's close, right? And now as you can see, we're immediately there. Like this is very close to what you posted. Of course, it's not perfect yet. Like it has this painterly style. It's not 100% sharp. It immediately gets like the technology vibe that is in the armors you posted. And the kind of clothing style and stuff. And this can be, of course, refined. So any image you add in here will refine this further. And change like the aesthetics of this code. So what I would change, for example, like this is all, it's very gritty. It's very, it's not sharp. Like the details are all washed out. And that's fine if you like that, if you want that. But in my result that I got here, oops, it's too much for my personal taste. So I would try to add something that's maybe a bit sharper to get this kind of image just with a little bit of a different aesthetic. Let's see if I go back to what Victor posted. Did you post them in VC text, Victor?
Let me see. Let me see. I'll go ahead and share that there. So let's see.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, let's go ahead and I have to refresh my browser really quick. Just a second. Yeah, posting to VC Create. Copy job ID, paste to VC Create, and paste it. Takes a second to populate.
Yeah. See the alien spacecraft? Okay, I'm gonna take one of these alien spacecraft images and just add that in here.
You could also use the style reference. We'll mess with that later.
Yeah, just because this has lots of very sharp details, right? Like, and we have a little bit of a landscape, which will introduce a little bit of depth into this profile code. Where's the post? It's still.
Yeah, I'm not surprised that the initial result that Rhapsody got was largely people talking to each other too. Also, not just because of what she wrote, but because there's only the references inside the mood board are just 3 dudes, hanging out.
Yeah. Of course. So, but we can go further. We can take this. We can say A sleek ninja in a futuristic armor. Let's create something new here that's kind of encapsulating the style, and I can also upload stylize 1000. Let's give it full stylize. It's all not ninja. Yeah, well, maybe. Kind of. But it has this greebly weird look to it, which is cool if you for this oil painting type. If you like these, oh, that's a nice one. I like this one. Now I'm gonna take this and put this as an omni reference, and I'm gonna remove the profile code for now. Just to see what we get out of normal Midjourney if we use this as an omni reference. This will introduce more of Midjourney's default style, and especially with the stylized parameter, it will go and refine it very much so. And it's also a lot brighter than these images that you had originally. The oil plate style is what I love, using mood board like you showed. Just I got this. Nice. Yeah, that's perfect. That's a good one. I'm just going to show you if I introduce something that is a little bit outside of the oil painterly style, like this one. Like this has a lot of details that are not as greebled up as the other results. It's a little bit more clear. So I'm just going to copy the image, go back to the mood board and paste it.
It reminds me of like old Gladiator, like oh not old, but like the Gladiator
Yeah.
film. You know, it has that aesthetic to it.
Yeah. Yes. And I'm also going to take a second one, copy image. I would probably work on these a bit more to remove like this second sword, for example, just to have them as perfect as possible when I put them in here. But I just want to move this mood board to a little bit more cleanliness. And now if I just run the same thing again, and the results will get that idea, mix it with the others. And now we're having a much clearer image representation. It's still this oil painterly style that we're getting, but it's just that tad little bit more clean, which I personally like. But you can do whatever you want. Just wanted to show you how how you can incorporate new data into your mood board.
That's awesome. Thank you for that, Rex.
And yeah, and now I have something for you guys who are working longer with mood boards that might be helpful for you. Like we all know the problem. We're creating mood boards and mood boards and mood boards and mood boards, and the list is getting pretty long and not very organized for most people. But there is actually a way how you can like organize your mood boards and sort them. So if you go to the mood board section on the website and you look for this thing here, you can sort your mood boards in any way that's in here. Like for image count, 488, that's the anime environment mood board for me. It's the one I use most because I'm an environment fanatic. Or your most used, oh no, image count. That's 488 images inside the mood board. Sorry. So that's where I put all my environments in. Most used is Phantasma. No surprise here. We're working on Phantasma. And then we have the anime environment mood board. I made 3,174 Phantasma images so far and 2,465 environmental images, apparently. And if I go up here now, like these bottom two don't do anything. But if I go for latest, then Warforged 20K is up here, and it will appear here as my newest mood board. If I go for oldest and I open the P code menu, then we will see Rhapsody's mixed anime board is the oldest one that I made. The second oldest was Phantasma. So by selecting what you're doing, how you want to sort them in this view here, you're also selecting how you're sorting them in the P-code menu. And if you go alphabetical, and here we come, then you can sort them basically yourself. And that's exactly what I did here. Like I created these mood boards here, which are basically just headlines, and I included some emojis, which you can just copy from unicode.org. I'm going to just paste you the link here. You can just go in there and copy them into the name. And then you can sort them by giving them numbers in the beginning. And it sorts for the first number, then for the second, and for the third, and so on and so forth. So I have these categories here, like the refined mood boards, which I'm pretty sure about. Then I have experiments, which I'm still working on, and then I have modifiers, which are just mood boards I attach to my projects to push them in a certain direction, like the alien creature mood board here, or my manga mood board, which just gives me a lot of clean outlines and crystal colors and stuff. And that's how you can organize all of these things. So if I want to say we want to get the clean, all-purpose, big environmental mood board that I have down here up into my experiments, all I do is I go in, I press 02, and then maybe I need 026. 026 slash okay, and now it's right here. That's how I can just quickly sort all of my mood boards and get them in order. Why the Unicode? Because just Unicode is, you can just go in here and just get an emoji, copy and paste it. So it can just go in here, rename, add the Unicode, and now I have a symbol in here that just helps to identify the stuff. It's like ordering Discord channels. It's just to have an icon for your mood boards to quickly identify them.
Cubic asks, is it possible to use more than one mood board when running a prompt? Absolutely. Yeah.
Yes, of course. And that's what I do all the time. Like one of my favorite things, combinations is if I go a bit, I'm going to go into liked here. If you look at this, for example, there's a ton of mood boards that I activated. So, and all of these mix together. All of these can be segments that convey a certain idea or emotion or feeling. And then you can just mix them together. The first mood board in your list. So if I just copy the prompt here, and I'm just going to do this here. The first mood board in your list is also the one that's going to show up first on the right side. And the first one has the most influence. The second one, the second most influence. The third most influence. So you can mix and match them with each other.
Yeah, whenever I'm doing the Phantasma stuff, I usually use the Phantasma World Builder mood board that I have as the initial one, so that it's always giving me this sort of 3D space to be in, as opposed to, Illustrator, like illustrations that do not have that depth, that are more like, like character sheets and things like that. I try to avoid that when I'm using, and I avoid it entirely by using the World Builder prompt, mood board, I mean.
Yeah.
And if you wanted to share some of those results in VC Create, we can definitely keep iterating by combining both the style creator results that we got and the mood board that you have, and seeing what sort of results we get off of that too.
Exactly. And when you use a lot of mood boards, you can also use the search up here to just type in profile and then search for the profile code. Like I used a ton of profile codes. These also include profile codes from other people that you used. for example, this one. I don't know who made this, but it's one of our like
I know which one
uh
that is.
wind, windmill,
Yeah, I know exactly which one that is.
um bakes and yeah, so this way you can just see in general in your organize tab. Oh yeah, this one is one I like, for example, for making game assets or whatever. You can just see where you used it and quickly just go back. What's the Phantasma code? How does that start? Do you know it by any chance on the from the top of your head?
I mean, I could easily grab it.
Is it CW? I think it's
Yeah, the C.
CWN.
Yeah, it's this one right
Yeah,
here. Oh, come
yeah,
on. I clicked the wrong one when I was clicking, and now it's taking a second to load my mood boards back up. Okay, there we go. Copy. Yeah,
yeah.
and
So now I can just see where I used it. And this search, by the way, we have never talked about it, but this search got so incredibly powerful with like all of these settings that you can search for. For example, if I want to search for a specific character, I can just search for the cref used and see all the images that were made with this character reference. And this also works, of course, with oref. And if I, for example, want to see where I used my VTuber as an input, then now I get all the results where this is the oref image.
wait, I didn't know you could do that. Wait, you can search by images?
Yeah, you can.
Okay.
You just type in sref or oref or whatever you wanna be used, and it lists all of the images. Um, let's go for another one. Let's see sref. I've certainly used some srefs, and now it lists all the srefs that I ever used. For example, the gnome code, and now I see all the images that I made that have the gnome code inside it, like emu from a while ago.
That is actually something that I asked them to do over a year ago, was to be able to filter based on images, particular links and things
Yeah.
like that. So now it's finally here. Yay! That is so
It was
useful.
implemented like 6 months ago, but nobody talked about it. So that's why I wanted to highlight it today. Because you can do all kinds of searches. Like I can go Niji 6 and OREF, and it doesn't have OREF. So CREF, Roxy. And now I see all my Niji 6 Roxy images that I made.
It's really cool.
So that's an amazing productivity tool there. And to stay in productivity, a lot of people use Discord to organize their characters and their prompting experience so that they can quickly go back and just have a channel full of images of a specific character. Now, with the search, of course, you can just do that, but you can also activate folders up here, which we have for a while now, and people tend to forget because it's just a small icon that you have to click to actually know what it does. And if I go in here and I just say I want a Hikari, for example, boom, I only see the images that I have put into this folder. You can sort them by right clicking and just, where is it? Add to, and then put them into a folder of your choice that you created. And as you can see, there is folders and there is categories that you can create. So folder groups. So I can say this is the workshop category, and it's down here now. The same sorting applies here, by the way, as before, as in the mood boards. So I can just click in and say O1, and now it's my first folder. And here we call it Warforge 20K. And now I can right click these images and add them to the Warforge 20K. I can also just select all of them. and just move them in there. And now all of my images are in here. But what's even cooler is I'm now inside this folder, right? It says Wolforge 20K up here. If I now go in, I'm gonna copy the mood board and I say a gigantic spaceship landing, and I'm just prompting, it's automatically added into my folder. So I can just have a folder for experiments, for example, and prompt in there and prompt in there and prompt in there, and then have another folder for final results. And when I'm finished, when I have an image that I really like, I can just go right click and add it to my whatever final results folder. And I have to never search for final images again, for example, which is something I had to do a lot for like the new profile that Victor is going to talk about after I'm finished here. But yeah, there is lots of options. Lots of options. What I also like to do, and that's another neat trick for all the character crazy guys out there, is that I add, let's go back down, that I add,
Wild character guys like us. Yep. That's all of
yes,
us.
that I add the name of the character like this into my prompts at the very end. Doesn't introduce too much noise into my prompting if I do it that way. I have tried it a lot of times. And what you can do to have a quick folder where you don't have to worry about things is saved searches. Saved searches, I can just add a search, name it Koraku for the character we just looked at, and say my search term is Koraku. Now I create a saved search, and boom, here are all the images where I have actually named him in the prompting. And that works pretty good. Like I used it for Ryo, for example, quite a lot. And yeah, that helps you organize stuff pretty quickly. Also, as you can see, why is there a folder? If I click on this, there's a Roxy folder. How did I do this back then? There is a way to attach. I'm just thinking about this because I forgot. There was a way to attach folders to these saved searches. I don't remember right now. Maybe I will find out and tell you guys later. But yeah, that's another way of just getting organized and doing stuff. And also play around with these filters. Like play around. You can also just click in here for profiles, which is pretty good. Like if I want to see everything that I did with my refined hero shot mood board that I created a few days ago, then I can just click on here and I can quickly search through my mood boards to find the right influence that I want to have. And then I can activate it with this little icon right here. And now it's on, no matter where it is on the list. So there's a lot of little features and buttons that you can try and press and use to quickly move around the website. And people forget about it. So I wanted to talk about it.
I appreciate that, Raps. Yeah, definitely useful. Especially the image search one is pretty useful for me. The if you don't mind sharing some of the crump stuff that we had done inside of VC Create, so he can iterate on that later, that'd be awesome.
I'm just going to give it back to you now.
Yeah. I just mean the stuff that you've made already too. But thank you. Awesome. Yeah, and while you were doing that, I was messing around with the image thing because I was just like, wait, what? But yeah, you search omnireference, and then boom, you have all your omnireferences that pop up here that you've used before. Here is my profile picture, for example, like right here. That's my profile picture. Here is all the results that I've used my profile picture on. That's awesome. Um, the For the Sage and Michael comics, here are the ones that I've used for the not the most recent comics, but the the one that blew up on Reddit real big. Yeah, this is it's so easy for me now to just find any of these previous results. So super super cool. I love that. Thanks for showing that. I'm definitely going to be using that a lot now. Um,
Yeah. I use it all the time because I tend to not organize very well usually until I sit down and finally do it, and then I'm very peculiar about it. But it's super powerful. I actually love this feature.
Thanks for coming
There's
by,
no
Lex.
site out there. There's no site out there that lets you search through your history of 50,000 generations or whatever with this speed and quality.
Yeah, it's insanely fast. It's so impressive how fast that is actually. The I also want to say that what is it? Crump said, "Wow, you guys just might be wizards with this. Big help in getting me to understand this all. That's awesome. I'm so glad that we could help you with that, Crump." Also, yes, we are certainly wizards. In fact, the fantasy series focuses a lot on wizards. So we'll be
Ooh.
digging into all that, on a future stream here again. And I'm mostly a beagle. Yeah, right, Snoopy. um, I did lose my wizard hat. I could put it back on, but I don't really feel like digging through my settings right now. But yeah, definitely be sure to mess around with it. Let us know the results and post it on our Gnarly Studios server because we want to see more from you, Crump. And if you want us to kind of help you with your stories or anything like that, like especially if you do comics or video, we're all about that. So like in our comics section, for example, we have my most recent Sage comic that was posted earlier this week, and it's doing really well. I've been happy with the response to this one, but this one actually features a character that you guys submitted. This was submitted by Legal Beagle, submitted a character named Rodney, and if I go to the character portal, let's see, character portal, and I just search Rodney, he'll pop right up. And there you go. We now have Rodney and all of his foundation of how he was designed and made by Legal Beagle. You can see going way back to May of 2024. That's how long it took me to include one of his characters in my comics. But I'm just very very slow and particular about what I do inside of my work. So I apologize for the delay, but this has been so much fun. Taking that original character, turning it into a 3D turnaround so that I have reference art from all different angles that I can use, and then pulling it into a couple of different AI models out there just to kind of experiment, and then landing on my final kind of workflow for this, which you can find on Instagram right now. We're my 2 comics ago broke over 7.5 million views. So it's been really getting the traction online. So it's been really interesting to see people's reaction to that. But yeah, submit it. I want to see more stuff from you. I want to see any kind of storytelling you're doing. I would love that. Um, let's see here. So at this point, I think it's important that we start to talk about the next new feature from Midjourney. The If I go to shoot, I clicked on the wrong thing here. Let me just pop myself back up to the character portal here. There we go. If I now go to midjourney.com, okay, you guys will look at the bottom left corner of your browser. You'll find something new, which is your profile page. If you click on that, You are going to be able to now not just choose a profile picture of yours, but you'll also be able to spotlight as well as feature your archive. And the following isn't public, but it lets you. But if I click that, it'll show the people that I'm following right now. But what's really cool about this is the fact that now we all get a URL based on whatever we want to call ourselves. So what I'm going to do here for you guys is I'm going to copy mine now, and I'm going to paste it inside of VC text. What I want you guys to do is to also post your profile because I'm going to follow you. I'm going to follow everyone that posts inside of VC text. I really want to populate this and make it more popular. It just came out. This is really, really new. So I want you guys to just share whatever profiles you have. I will click them and hit the follow button on there, and I'll keep track of everything you're doing that you spotlight anyway. So yeah, we got a couple coming in already. I think I'm already following Neck. I think Go Pasta got featured in a random YouTube video that was really funny to talking about the the profile update. I was laughing so hard when he was just like, I got the next person. It's a cat girl. It made me laugh good. So all right, we're already getting some profiles in. So let's go ahead and open some of these up here. We got Queen Creative Gallery. Awesome. I'll hit follow on you here. Sweet. I love all the I love the strong photorealism that you have going on here. My art blends bold colors, luminous light, and expressive emotion. That's awesome. All right, let's check the next one here. We got Snoopy. Snoopy is spotlight one picture, and it's the screaming troll dude. I love that. The tongue is amazing. Oh, and it vomits rainbows. Of course it does. Awesome. Let's hit follow on Snoopy as well. Let's see who's next here. We got Scathia. I love the cats. Right off the bat, the cat wizards. And any kind of sneaky snow. Okay. This is reminding me of that one David Lynch movie. But it always freaks out my partner super hard. With the worm child that's in the wraps. I forgot, why am I blanking on the name of it? It's like his introductory movie. But I'm reminded of him. Now he's smoking with a gun. That's hilarious. Let's see here. Next person is Cubic. Oh yeah, and your name is appropriate to your spotlights too. I love
Love the cubes.
the cubes. There's so many cubes. Yeah, I love it. Let's
But
hit follow.
the left one, can you enlarge in the left one?
This one.
The one below.
Boop.
This is so cool.
It's like a
Like
sci-fi
infinite
tesseract.
cubic. Yeah, but with an universe inside of it.
That's really cool. Awesome. And with Rubik's being your name, that's so appropriate. I'm definitely following you. Let's see here. Who we got next? We got Enid here. Oh yes. I love Enid's work. Enid does some really fun stuff, and just dominating it with these video results is just so cool. There's so much sci-fi world exploration in her work. I definitely recommend checking out Enid's profile here and keeping up with what she's doing. So definitely following her. Um, let's see. Had fun making a video of a banner and profile picture. I think it could be. We can be so creative with this. Yeah, look at this. Oh my God, Fungi Mancer. I didn't. Oh wow. That is quite a fun profile you got set up here for yourself.
I
That's so.
didn't think about putting a video up on the profile banner. That's so cool.
Yeah, you
I
will
need to
need.
do that too now.
We'll do it. Well, there are some requirements that is necessary before you can set it as a banner. If you're wondering why it's not showing up for you in your history, it has to do with the aspect ratio. But I'm already following you. But yeah, this is awesome, Fungi Mancer.
I now
Um,
want to do an infinite walking animation on the top banner, or like my character's just walking to the left forever.
that would be great. And then if anyone that does like an eight, like a 16-bit or 8-bit like side scrolling thing that loops, I would recommend turning on loops so that it repeats well in the banner in your profile picture too. So that's really cool. This is Hillgarden, a thinker, writer, illustrator, designer, and AI explorer. Yeah, I love you, Hillgarden. Awesome stuff. Follow. All right. Now we have Twisted Reality. Oh, the big office space with the impossibly big sound studio audio equipment in the background. This is fun. The what I like about this though is the I like the pigs. I like your pigs a lot. That's cute. It reminds me of the like 80s and 90s stop motion animation coming out of England. Very very cool. Follow. All right, let's see here. We have canned goods. Ooh, ooh. There's some fun stuff here. No
Yeah.
solicitors. No solicitors. Tattoo on your forehead. Wait. Why is
You
why?
might
What is it
not
not updated?
see
Yeah,
it.
it's not.
Yeah.
It's not updated. Oh. There we go. My bad. I have too many tabs open. Let me close all these tabs. I am not used to that limitation on this. All right, there you go. The tattoo. No solicitors. The idea of getting a forehead tattoo is that's a lot. That is a lot. It sends
It's a
quite the message.
statement.
It's a statement. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, that smoke effect spelling magic. Holy crap.
Wow.
Oh,
Oh,
that's awesome.
cool.
That is so cool. Look at that.
You said that's made with an end frame, right?
Yeah, because it's introducing the bottom floor plane. I imagine it was made with an end frame. Feel free to tell us inside of VC text. We'll check that out later. Very
Yeah,
cool.
I see it. I see it in the prompt.
Sweet. Let's see. Let's hit follow on that. On them. On canned goods. All right. So, fine if you insist. What did you say? Fine if you insist. You made a video banner. Very cool. All right, let's see here. What do we got next? Potato propagator. Front yard farms. Potato propagator makes educational content for making potatoes and potato based farming stuff. So this is really cool. I like Kinky. I like seeing David. That's very cool. That's very cool. Let's go ahead and hit follow on you. Let's see now. We have Nixie. Did I already do Nixie? No, not yet. Okay, Nixie, Nixie 13. Nixie's bubbly 3D effects are fun. I can recognize a few of you all really quickly, and Nixie's definitely one of them. Very very cool. I usually think Enid and Nixie are kind of in the same boat when it comes to some of their style aesthetics. It's very very cool. I love this. Spotlight a lot of
I
images.
might have I might have mixed them up at some point. Honestly, if you two just change names between each other and show up here and just prompt, it would be a hard time for me to notice that.
I only can recognize Enid immediately because it reminds me of some of like the bubble pop sci-fi stuff that was like really popular in the
Yeah,
90s. Enid always leans towards that, and it's really cool. But
it's sure.
Nixie
Sure.
Nixie tends to vary a lot more when it comes to the like the subject matter. I would say like you can see all the cars and the buildings and the architecture and stuff. So
True, true, true.
Eraserhead, yes, yes, it looks like a smoking Eraserhead baby. There you go. Golden pasta making me and in like a Nightmare for Christmas inspired thing. That's very cool. I love that. Vortex has submitted their profile as well. Oh, this is
Oh yeah, yeah.
badass. This is badass.
Vortex, Vortex, I have followed your profile before we had profiles. I just noticed it. Um, I might have stolen the one or another idea from your work because I think your artwork is just super clean. Your results are amazing, and I have studied your work for a long time. Just wanted to say that.
That's awesome. I love being able to recognize you. Anyone that says that you don't have expression or there's no expression with AI is full of it. Honestly, it's so silly because I can recognize you guys from a mile away based on what you do. It's just another tool in our toolbox, you know. So I love this though. Really really cool. I'm definitely giving you a follow. Boop Vortex Phantom. Awesome. Let's see here. Reveille. Of course, I love Reveille. Reveille is a regular and has been making some really cool stuff with Gemini and another AI service is doing some pretty cool stuff when it comes to making like comic creator and whatnot, like setting up characters with each other. I really want to feature his stuff in the future at some point too. So very cool. I definitely got to start animating my profiles, and you can see I'm already following Reveille. Let's see. Okay, we got Crump here. Yeah. And we just did a big deep dive at Crump, so we all know like his aesthetic here. That I love that gritty bronze aesthetic. So let's definitely follow Crumpington here. We have Tanner. Tanner is our regular on the Gnarly Studios server. You'll see him greeting everybody every morning, just about every morning. Don't feel bad if you get like distracted or sick, Tanner, and you can't do that because frankly, like we love it when you do. But it is not something that I'm gonna be like. I'm not gonna be like, oh, what happened to Tanner? He didn't see him this morning, And I just assumed that you got distracted, while after breakfast or something. But this is Tanner. Tanner's awesome. He's such an amazing person to have on in our community because he really gives us like a commonality of friendship with all these people that come in and hang. He's always on the voice chat with us and just hanging out. So definitely, if you come by any of the voice channel events that we have on our server, I can almost guarantee you Tanner is gonna probably be there. And he's just so
Yeah.
fun. I love his characters and stuff too. We've featured him a couple times here, and I'm already following you, of course. Um, but the we do game nights on Thursdays and we do a jam session on Wednesdays. I should have said that the other way around, but yeah.
I
Um,
was about to say it after we finished profiles, but yeah, if you want to do more gnarly studio stuff with that, we have the jam sessions on Wednesday where everybody kind of brings their own project, their own work, and works on stuff, and we just hang around and talk and maybe help each other out. So that's a great way to just get a lot of insight from other people onto what you're doing if you're having questions or just to hang out and have fun. And yeah, Thursdays is game night. We try to play some games, board games mainly,
yeah,
but we
yeah.
also have a love for worms recently.
We have a custom worms map that Rhapsody made. That if you're okay with it, Rhapsody, I definitely want to feature it next week on Black Friday. Because it would be a lot of fun to do a
Yeah.
gaming focused stream on Black Friday, and maybe even get a couple of you guys in a game server together, and we can kind of extend our game night to an actual stream. I'm only making the exception because it's Black Friday, and I think it would be a fun way to not get into the the capitalist corporate hellscape that is shopping on Black Friday. Let's not do that and just play games with each other. I think that would be a lot more fun. Um,
Yeah.
so let's see here. We have. I have no idea what you're talking about, and then it's just pretty pink girls inside of big amphitheater spaces. Of course, of course. Uh, awesome, guys. Well, thank you all so much for sharing your profiles. I have followed all of you guys now. I want to see more of them. We maybe should have a dedicated at least a thread on our Gnarly Studio server for sharing profiles. But it is something that I want to see more of. So please post it or post yourself inside of the Gnarly Studios server, and we'll all start hanging out. We have something that we do called the show after the show, where you're more than welcome to join that server. And then hop in the voice chat to join the stage and just chat with us. It just goes on for about an extra hour after the stream, and it lets you be able to ask questions of me and Rhapsody directly, or just to collaborate in real time and make stuff. It really is just whatever we feel like doing. So the if you don't mind, if someone has the link readily available, please link the Gnarly Studio server inside VC Text so anyone can click the button and join. Um, but this has been a really fun stream, guys. I had a lot of fun demoing the style creator with you guys because we got some really productive stuff done today. I mean, think about what Midjourney was like, during version 5 when we were still messing around, when we just started getting new tools that were useful for us. This is like leaps and bounds better than that. It's huge by comparison, and it gives us real identity. So it makes sense that the style creator is going right alongside with the profiles when it comes to the launch, because I really don't think we could have one without the other at this point. So mess around with the style creator, keep getting there, and otherwise I'm going to see you guys at the show after the show. This has been a great stream. Thank you so much, Rhapsody, for co-hosting with me today. And
Always.
always, and we'll see you guys at the show after the show.
Yeah. Get over there.
Yeah, get over there. Do
And
it
if you
now.
don't, have a nice week.
Yeah, yeah. We'll see you next week. Okay. All right, guys. You all have a good one.
Let's do the goodbye wiggle.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.